in one high school, 7th grade through 12th. Next year we will add that 6th, 7th, and 8th grade building. It is right across the street from our 7th, 12th building. And most of the time you build a building for growth. But in our situation, we're growing so rapidly that a building that will house 750 will start with 630. And in 5 years, will be up to that 750 mark. Right now, our high school is built for 750. It currently has 890 students in it. And so every room is being used. We have what is commonly referred to teachers on a cart. And what that means is the teacher doesn't have a homeroom. That teacher will have a AV cart and will move from 3 to 4 different rooms throughout the day. They'll take somebody's study hall and somebody's planning period, and they'll go in there and have a classroom. In our elementaries, those are typically built for 480 to 500. Currently, we have 2 elementaries at 510 and 525. The third elementary is at about 420. So we're at capacity in 4 of our, at or over capacity in 4 of our 3 of our 4 buildings, excuse me. When we get the middle school coming out, and when we alleviate some of the pressure off the high school, that will be short term. Because last year, we had 1 grade, kindergarten, that had 200 or more students. This year, we have 4 grades with 200 or more students. Next year, we will have 9 grades of 200 or more students. The high school goes from 980 plus right now, back down to 600 next year, and in 4 years, we'll be back up to the 900 level again. And so, as Mr. Baker and I commonly do, about every other year, every 3 years, we go out and ask the public for additional tax authority to build a building. And Bennington will be in that same boat coming down the road. So, that is our growth. I've told you a little bit about our educational program. One thing that we have new that's going on this year is technology. Now, that in itself is not new. We've had a lot of technology. We continue to budget for a lot of technology. But we have one-to-one initiative going on in the 7th and 8th grade. It's been near impossible for us to do a one-to-one initiative because we've always had to take our growth in revenue and apply it toward people because of our growth. This year, because technology has come down in price, and there's a lot of things you can do on a cloud basis that doesn't necessarily need a server, we are going one-to-one to 7th and 8th grade. Now that in itself is somewhat of an experience for us. We had to purchase 380 machines. We had to gear up our staff over the last 2 years so we could get this done. A machine, a Chromebook, does not load software on it. It's simply cloud-based or internet-based. And the cost of that 5 to 6 years ago was $900 to $1,000. This year, a Chromebook cost us just shy of $200. So we're able to purchase those things as we move forward. Our plan is to do kind of a mushroom effect with one-to-one. So as we have 7th and 8th grade this year, we move into a middle school next year. We'll have both 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, not both, but all 3, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade next year. And those 8th graders that will be 9th graders next year will keep that Chromebook and keep moving on. Again, the mushroom effect kind of moving down one-to-one. Technology itself, and this is what I'll end with, does not ensure higher test scores. It is still very much the teacher in the classroom. It is still very much a triangle piece. It is good instruction, good curriculum, and the home base that goes along with that. We are very fortunate that we live in a community with a very supportive home base. Part of what I think Steve and I would tell you is we feel very fortunate that we're in the location we are because we have supportive communities, and I think this goes for Melissa as well, that we're in supportive communities that help education, that help with homework, help support teachers, help support what's going on in the classroom to get the excellent ratings, the 24s out of ACTs to move forward. So, again, in brief, Bennington is growing. We're adding on a new middle school, an auxiliary gym. We'll be back to probably add on to that high school with another elementary down the road. And we have excellent ratings for good education going on within those walls. Thank you very much for inviting me here today. And I think I'll pass it on to DC West.
Thank you, Dr. Hawk. I'm Melissa Blonsig. I'm the superintendent at DC West, and it's great to be here and talk just a little bit about our school. And so I put a couple pieces of propaganda, as Mr. Baker calls them, on your table. One of them is a sheet that will give you directions to our social media, which we really try to share our story. As you know, if you're not telling your own story, someone else is telling it for you. So we do like to tell our stories. We think great things happen at our school every day. So you can find from our website to our social media links exciting things that are happening within our school. We are a school district that incorporates the towns of Valley and Waterloo. We have just over 900 students this year. Starting the year, we do continue to grow each year, and we don't have the expounding growth that Elkhorn or Bennington does because 92% of our district is in the floodplain. But we do have growth going on, and it really is coming towards us. We have about 9 lake communities that also attend our schools, and we also have quite a bit of ag land and farm ground surrounding those. So we like to think that we are little America right there at DC West. We have people coming from all walks of life and all sorts of backgrounds. The other piece of propaganda I gave you is our annual report. I just put one on each table just in case you're interested in taking that. This is actually our last year's report. We'll do our 2016 report here mid-year this year. But a couple of things I wanted to point out, just as did you knows. ACTs, Dr. Hawk started with that last year, and that's something we all can relate to. Last year, our students scored 23.2 on our ACT results. We are a little under that this year, not a lot though, and so we are still quite excited. We have about 70 kids in our senior class. So our averages can go up and down a little bit easier with 70 students, but our students are scoring well academically. Another did you know is Elkhorn and Bennington are excellent school districts. We had a rating of a great school district. Our elementary was rated excellent, and our middle school and high school were rated as great. As I mentioned, our enrollment is about 900 students this year for 2016-17. Flipping through my did you knows here. One exciting thing that you might not know is that we do have a huge preschool program. For a 900 student school district, we have 65 kids in our preschool right now. So we're pretty excited about that. Through the learning community, we are one of the full implementation sites for the Buffett Early Childhood Superintendent's Plan.